Hey, adventurers, and well met. Thank you all for joining us for another lovely, lovely session of Hand of God. Session 22, trying not to fall into cracks, parentheses, ass. So ass cracks. Sarah. Yes, indeed. We already rolled for inspiration, 5 points, so we got maximum. Party's looking pretty good. Got a few potions, a few healing potions, spell recovery, so just a pretty standard array. As we're getting settled in, who wants to give us a little recap of what happened recently within the Underdark?
We started to explore this funnel system that we fell into, and 13 does sense the presence of either the silver key or the way that we can get to the silver key down here. We almost immediately ran into some troglodytes and their firebugs. We attempted to parlay, but the talks fell through when the piece of meat that we tried to toss to them fell down into the abyss. So combat quickly broke out after that, but just as quickly went extraordinarily our way. I believe one of the bugs got to act, and every other enemy was killed before their turn. At which point we started navigating the treacherous terrain in these tunnels. First, just the abyss, the bottomless pits, then acid and acid air. Brock ran ahead and was immediately attacked by some black puddings. The party rushed to his aid, and we almost lost Voda a bit, but things stabilized. We found a tripwire that had been set by gnomes, but chose not to continue down the path it was on despite disarming it, because apparently a lot of these tunnels are filled with poison gas, and only Brock and 13 are dwarves, so poison gas. I guess Oster has that necklace, but poison gas is not agreeable to us. So we continued exploring elsewhere in the tunnels, and after jumping over some pits of acid, Brock has now found a blue glowy room with things that look like they may be of interest, so the rest of the party's trying to catch up to him there. Blue crystals. Okay.
Fantastic. With that, we're all set. Apologies again, sort of a limited use of art assets that you got to repurpose in unique ways.
No, you're doing a good job of it.
That's all good. Oh, no worries. But yeah, so we're all set. We return once more back to the Underdark. This point, party, as you said, was heading towards trying to find the silver disc. Party now has found the bronze disc, a sort of metaphor, representation of, at least in this case, the Axebreaker clan, a very old, prominent, ancient dwarven clan. But the sort of bronze section, the ideology, the sort of metaphor of the sort of four discs that sort of form together, sort of like a pantheon, is that of not really even divinity, it's that of dwarven kind itself, sort of like human like, so dwarven-esque. The other three are supposed to be sort of religious representations, but by completing everything together without sort of people, it would all break apart. So if one is missing, everything now creates a cohesive thing. To where we are now, going towards silver. Silver is a representation of foundation. It is the sort of initial currency in favor. It is the representation of Morden, the Allfather, the dwarven god of creation, both in a literal sense of creating people, dwarves, and possibly others, as well as the representation of life and forging ahead. The others sort of help represent and sort of bounce these sort of philosophies off one another. But Morden acts as the starting point, the foundation for other sort of philosophies and ideologies to extrapolate on. Why I'm saying that, I don't know. But we know that that is a sort of metaphor for life, a metaphor for being, sort of coherent, being part of something, as I said, foundation. But where we are now, in these old tunnels, we learned that these are remnants of possible trading posts, underground highways and passageways that multiple civilizations have used. Obviously, dwarves, Dwergar, most recent, but deep gnomes, Smurf or even drow sometimes have used these places for trade, commerce, or simply traveling to other places. Now, with the state of the Underdark being in such a tumultuous place, there are far more sort of these earthquakes, these shiftings underground, magical sort of explosions, things that once were are now broken or twisted. We go to this room where Brock stands. After dealing with the puddings, you stand in this large chamber. It is roughly 40 feet in height, covered stalactites all along the sort of this domed section. But the most noticeable part is that the ground has broken away in several locations, creating this natural sort of crag, minus these two stone pillars that seem to be jutting out. You notice that the walls are covered in this almost icy tinged fungus, a deep blue hue. The most important thing, though, is that to the south there is a stone altar. It looks to be either a god or a deity, a avatar to something not dwarven, something else. And in their hands, almost raised roughly to their chest, it's probably about 6 feet off the ground, is an orb protected in this sort of moving counterclockwise and these sort of hexagonal sort of shards that twist around this centralized orb that's a little bit smaller. And that's where we will resume.
I will go back over here and not yell, but like loudly talk in a way that gets my voice over to them, but doesn't possibly attract the attention of something else. Yeah, we're gonna want to be over here, guys.
And something I forgot to mention in the recap is that if you make noises that are too loud in here, the ceiling apparently cracks.
Uh-oh.
I don't
Right,
know. I don't know if it was the noise or the impact of Brock landing one of his long jumps, but either way.
So big boned.
Okay, well, I guess Robin will attempt to make this jump.
Sure.
Tell me what I
Now
need
that
to
you've-
roll.
No need to roll for now. We've been in this. It's almost tile, as we've talked about before, several times now. You have the time to take a moment. There are a few cracks along the wall, and especially with I know your dex score, you're easily able to either jump or simply shimmy and find handholds to easily sort of fling yourself over to the opposite side.
The easier jump is to the left, but I think Brock went to the right.
I think Brock went here and then here.
Only Brock would show himself. Maybe call out.
It's easier if
Do we
you
know where he
go across to the left and then across to where I am, because you can't jump diagonally.
But it sounded like he was just around the corner, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You could tell he was very close to it.
But now I want to see what's down this hallway. Nope, just kidding. I'll jump across.
I think poison gas
Poison gas, yeah.
is what Brock said was down that
And a
hallway.
trap.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for this jump?
No, nobody needs to roll. So we're now in combat. You've been in the room for a little bit. You can see where other people are putting handholds. So it's not just always like a straight jump. You could have like climbed along the wall or something, or find spots that were easier. Okay.
And I'm going to be very careful about my placement this time. As you can see, there's huge pits that I cannot stand on.
Mm-hmm.
How high up are these mushrooms?
That is a good question. I'm gonna look. Let's see.
Do you guys want me to go check the poison gas room real quick? Just peek in a little.
No, our squishies definitely should not run off alone.
That's a good point. I meant more just like with somebody behind, I can be the one going into the gas a short ways just to check. But yes, I probably am not the best to have in a potential
mean-
trap.
Brock survived the black pudding ambush because he is a chunky boy.
Mm.
I think we can do this, and if we need a key, we need a something, we can go investigate possibly the gas, but I don't think we want to intentionally journey off in there. We may have to.
Mm. Good thinking.
I mean, we definitely don't want to send Oster in alone.
Mm.
So moving around the room. Robin, you're fairly light. You shift around, and these crystals, you notice that they kind of jut out almost like shards of glass. They're quite angular and sharp, but since your size small, you're able to kind of skirt around them. Robin, can you please roll me either a perception or an arcana check?
Ooh, we will go with perception.
15, that is enough. You feel a slight hum moving through these crystals, a slight resonant sort of sound, a harmonic tone that seems to fill this small section of, I guess, stone. You almost hear the sound of like a warbling. Best way to describe it is that it sounds almost animalistic, resonating from these crystals. Voda, you easily climb across the stalks and shelves and find handholds. It's almost like a rock climbing wall for the height of these things. You just shimmy all the way over. Can you please roll me a d20? 4.
That's
Fantastic.
good, right?
As you're shimmying across the mushroom stalks, you notice that some of them are not quite as sturdy as you thought. A few of these stalks start to give way, and 2 things are going to happen. Please make me a dexterity saving throw. You see this. A few stalks kind of break and crumble at your feet. You easily see and fling yourself to safety. But then, at the same time, you notice that those chunks of stalks that kind of gently tumble into the ground, the space that was there immediately fills, replaces itself, but it's different. It's a slightly off-color hue. These fungus are this like icy deep blue. They're almost honestly kind of cold to the touch. Not enough to save, but enough to notice at least. But now filling this gap, basically like a 3-foot chunk that tumbled down, a soft, almost hue of green fills the area, a lot more sharp, crystalline, almost like.
Can I poke it with my staff?
You absolutely can. You poke it with your staff. And I can roll Okay. Make me a perception check.
10.
10, it is enough. You're the one who's paying attention to it. It's not exactly subtle since it's right in your face. Poke it with the staff. At first, nothing happens. Hell, even a few more chunks of mushroom stalks just kind of crumble away. Again, it's almost as if it's been like flash frozen. And then when the staff hits the crystalline part, it moves slightly. Like that, almost of a slither, like a snake, and then resets itself.
Oh, I don't like that.
Everyone else, what are you doing?
Robin is eyeing the pillars that did not collapse with the rest of the ground, trying to determine how stable they are.
Sure.
Like, if Brock jumped to one, would it snap and send Brock tumbling into the abyss with the pillar?
Fair question. Perception check. Take a look. 12. They look stable enough. As you look at the pillar, you could tell it is there's like a whole chunk of like carved rock that kind of juts out. How this fissure was made, you're not quite sure, but it's almost by luck or chance that it seemed to crack around it. You easily could land on it, no problem. Oster probably could too, but you're not sure anyone may be larger than that.
We've got creepy green stuff over here. And the gap in the pillar here.
I could jump it across this gap.
Yeah, be careful though if you're holding on to the blue mushrooms, because
After seeing what happened to Voda, I would not try to hold on to them.
Okay. So keep in mind, hold on. The art and how it's sort of designed is that the ground there underneath the mushrooms is completely covered. Imagine that at the cliffside, this huge jutting wall, this shelf of mushroom stalks go 20 feet in the air with several levels. Again, picture like a rock climbing the wall is the best sort of metaphor, because there would be almost no way to just stand on ground without interacting with some of the fungus.
Could I jump over it? Is it far enough above?
The only way so you wouldn't be able to just jump down. It would be almost impossible without hitting it, because it literally takes up the entire space. The only way you would have to be able to jump over it is if you would somehow bend around here or did something like that, or simply go around it.
Are you able? Do you still have uses remaining of your psychic leaping ability?
Yeah, I do.
how hard do you land when you use that?
I mean, it's considered fly. It gives me fly speed. So
it'd be pretty
I would
low.
argue nothing if I'm being gentle about it, but also
Okay.
the name of it is Psi-Powered Leap, but I think that's just flavor text. It just says gain fly speed, so
I would argue
think
that
it's-
you probably have to, you jump, you do technically land on something, but it would be, the impact would be severely lessened. It would be like just a little gentle flop. Or like a slowed down. Big old pulse, arc, and then just gently kind of land down to the side power.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump over and see what the deal is. You guys are right there if something goes poorly. Seriously. I also can have a lot more uses of it if I need to. Yeah, if no one is doing anything else interesting, I could do that.
Oh, one more thing before we go across. You said that the statue is not, it doesn't look like it's of anything dwarven.
Correct.
Do any of us recognize what it is of?
Sure. History check.
Like if it's religious or historical? Or... I'm
Yeah,
finding history.
I would be fine actually with religion or history. They use both would work.
Robin doesn't know.
How many of us can roll for that?
Anybody in the room?
Statue.
Pretty obvious. Look, it is a statue. It
We're
is
not doing
bad.
well.
Oh
shit. Okay.
wood.
Never mind.
Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Wood locked in.
All right. Yeah, wood absolutely would be locked in. Give me one moment. I had my little page here. I don't know if it still works. Let's see. Oh, I have to bring up another browser to look at this. For whatever reason, the site that we use to look up all the D&D gods is like doesn't like looking Firefox for whatever reason. Give me 1 second. It is something religious in nature. It looks to be.
Here's the Wikipedia
Surprisingly.
page, actually.
Thank you. There was the it was the fandom. There was like a fandom one which had a lot more information about specific things.
Oh.
I don't know. D&D.
I would be happy to have this link, so then I can describe more on these pamphlets.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, Brock, if you're gonna leap across, I would probably leap across, like just a short gap. Just so someone else is over there with you.
Okay.
I'm probably going to try and go for the pillar.
Okay.
But just, I would like to know whose statue we're jumping towards first so I can set expectations for...
That's fair.
Okay, I'll do a slight change. It is actually it's a representation. So first, it is it looks to be almost human, like that of an old sort of wizard kind of feel. And then you notice that it is slightly altered, shaped to look more human, and underneath you could tell that these sort of modifications that were done after the fact create a sort of bony exterior. It looks to be like a old shrine of possibly either like Lathander or someone else, maybe the what's the one who I'm thinking of? That is not Lathander. I'm thinking of the one that is about like self-sacrifice.
Oh,
It's like the wounded one, or it's like
yeah, he's friends with Tyr and
Ilmater.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it is. It looks actually, well, it would have been Ilmater first, and then you notice that it's been altered and as if carved over in chunks to almost mutilate it and modify it. It now seems to be a representation of Merkel.
Oh.
And why the sort of like human or I don't know, sort of pantheon that's usually associated with the above, down here you're not quite sure. But there is definitely something off about this now, as if it's been purposefully twisted.
Oh, guys, I think that statue was. Wood is ventilating. I think that used to be a statue of Lathander, or the statue of Torm, or that other god of self-sacrifice that isn't on the Wikipedia article. I'm so sorry. What did you say was Voda? The one that was best used as tier?
Ilmater.
Ilmater, yeah. But if it was Lathander and there was some symbols of Lolth back in the other rooms, maybe Lolth and Lathander actually met. This could be, perhaps, their relationship is canon. Oh, I'm gonna pass out. But that was from a long time ago, guys. It was a long time ago. It's now the statue. It's someone seems to have, or something has seemed to have morphed it into Merkel. Do you know, guys, which one that is? Like, you see the white skull up there? He's like a neutral evil god of death. And like, he's not a fun fella, but, you know, sometimes people are interested in pamphlets about him. Whatever floats people's boats and all that, but there was a lot of history that happened here, just evident by that, including perhaps the history of Lolth and Lathander. There has been a lot of cultural changes down here, which is so interesting. This was the kind of things I was promised in the pamphlet. In the
Do you think
tourism.
that they'll smite us if we go near the statue?
Oh, probably, but I mean, I've been smited before. It's not that bad.
Now, I love a good crack ship, much as the next person. But let's stay on target.
Hey!
Brock, 3, 2, 1, let's jump across.
Alright. Use my thingy.
Is it the thingy that makes you set your surrounding area on fire? Should I step away?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Voda, you easily clear the pit. So
Yeah.
just a small jump. You notice to the south there is a huge chasm. You also notice there's a few spatterings of dried blood, as well as a few bones collected on the opposite edge.
I'm gonna do a side route, and I'm gonna end. I think past the crystals, just
Sure.
so I don't touch them.
All right, you jump through using your sonic leap and just kind of fly through and then kind of land at the ground. There's a very slight hum resonating actually from the crystals. You can almost hear this babbling, this chittering almost sound. Very animalistic. And the strange thing, it sounds like it's resonating, coming from these shards of crystalline glass, like a little bed. It almost looks like a patch of like a garden in a sense that's formed through, because it's quite orderly on the ground.
Does it look? I mean, I don't know if I could tell this. Does it look intentional? Is it farmed in a way, or
nature or survival? Don't know.
crystals? Should I could approach the thingy and
Sure.
Thingy being the orb.
yeah. No, I'm not
Okay.
gonna touch it.
Yeah, I'll approach from the other side. This looks like it's higher up. We have to scramble up onto a.
Yeah, so it is raised. I'd say it's about 10 feet ledge, and then the statue that is holds the orb up. Because the room, again, it goes to like 30, 40 feet in height at the highest points.
So we could probably safely stand at the foot of the statue without getting too close to the orb.
Orb.
You get closer to it. And as you mantle over, sort of stand behind the statue, you notice that its back is now completely covered in carved humanoid bones that create these sort of wings, all etched at the joints, each a humanoid skull, maybe elven, dwarven, or gnomish, but just lay into this sort of almost macabre, beautiful mosaic spreading forward, reaching out. Again, looking at it at the backside, you get a glimpse of this orb, and it floats in its palms. These hexagonal patterns float around. I'll allow the two of you to please make an Arcana check, and as you're doing that, I would like
I'm not
I
locked
know
in
exactly
today.
what this is.
I do not know what's happening.
Robin. Oh, what's happening? Oh my! I would like Robin to make a perception check. And I would like Wood to make a perception check.
Perception.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's something down in the pit.
Do I want to use inspirational? How much of a nosy hooligan do I want to be? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use an inspiration on this. Whoop, and re-roll that perception. Well,
Everybody's failing.
Wood
Beautiful.
is daydreaming right now.
Voda, you are successful in looking at this through a magical lens, putting on your glasses, Professor, as you usually do, putting on the spectacles. You look at it and you could see that as you get closer to this orb, there is this pattern, this hexagonal pattern that wraps around it, creating a barrier, protection, almost like a gate, lack of better terms, that swirls around it. You think about that, how there is actually these magical sigils, and you notice with the 21, two large sort of blue sigils that float. Thinking back on it, and even though you're a monk, you still have a connection to the weave. You have sort of draconic ancestry, and this is types of magics that are related to sort of blocking, nullifying. Lack of better terms, they are two sort of locks that float into this weave of magics that swirl counterclockwise. Due to your success, you notice something.
Just say, from here, can I see what's in the orb? Because it appears to me that now this is just protecting something.
Yeah, no, there is an orb inside. There's this shell around it.
Orb.
So it's a double orb. Sorry, I failed to explain that first time. But you can tell that inside it is this like glass orb that looks to be similar to what you learned in that little graffiti with the drow writings. This sort of glass orb looks to be like trapped magic that usually can be used as a pretty ancient way of like a passkey, a vocal component, something infused within that'll allow very specific passage. It's a fail-safe way to, like, instead of a key that could be remade or lost, this is something that could be not only just magically stored to last for ages, but can be recalled if needed. So that's what this seems to be housing. But with a very high success, you could also sense that these sort of piles, these like fields of shards, these hums seem to be resonating and connected to this orb until you notice the northeastern one. The sound, the hum that comes from it is shifted. It sours. So that would be right here. As you start to notice two slithering serpent-like creatures swirl out of the walls here and here. They are of a light greenish hue, covered in shards.
Crap. I'll point those out. I'll say, look out.
Okay. As that happens, two of these crystalline creatures, snake-like appendages, lash out of the wall at Robin and Wood. They do not have advantage, thanks to Voda.
These guys.
Huh, what are they doing back? Yeah. Seeing that, you both kind of easily able to take a step back as they kind of retract back into the wall. You notice now, as that happens, Odin, and now Brock, since where you're standing, you get a better sort of view of the entire area. You can see that it looks like two more are slithering, specifically making their way towards the northeast. I would like everyone to please roll me initiative. Finally, last but not least, as you're getting set, Brock, where you're standing, seeing Voda, sort of point, and you start noticing, you feel your foot kick something, not hard. Luckily, it doesn't really tumble, but just a slight tap at your feet. There is this sort of rectangular, square-like cube. It's of a dark wood, slightly sort of bronzed and reddish, lacquered. You see that there are these chunks of amber all adorned, this strange, almost puzzle cube. Clearly magical, but right at your feet.
Say, oh, I
it
love
says
these.
The initials of SG somehow just seems to glow very faintly, creating this almost projection.
Say, oh, I love these. I'll work on this in a minute. And then I'll put it in my bag.
Fantastic. I'll have to figure that out. Alrighty. Let me add these lovely fellows. Since you saw them coming, they just roll flat. As new friends join the fray, looks like a little throwback or continuation from our previous campaign. Or not previous. Our other one, our concurrent.
I remember these guys absolutely messing up Yamika. The stream that I watched.
Mm-hmm. Little spooky. Let me change the tunes. Get into this. Alrighty. Brock, top of the round.
Not a great position for me to be in. But I am going to scramble around Voda. And I'm going to try to jump across the gap. Do I need to roll for that?
Where you're standing, we're technically in combat right now, so yes, it won't be that difficult though.
Hey, athletics.
18, plenty. I usually clear the gap.
Alright, I'm gonna slash once. 25. I'm gonna roll twice.
Axe chops
Oh, it's
into
rolling.
the crystalline brick.
Ignore 5 force damage.
God damn.
But
So
everything
22.
else-
Let me double check its resistances and vulnerabilities. Da-da-da-da. Okay, yeah, 22 goes just as you expected. Chop into this sort of snake-like creature, kind of turns around. You don't see any eyes as it kind of unfurls these tentacles like appendages from its, I guess, face, opens up to a crystalline beak.
Go again.
Rock. So that's one hit. And another big old chop.
And let me double check. I want to see. I should really know this better at this point, but I haven't used this that much actually. All right, I'm going to use a psionic power, psionic strike, for 31 damage.
God damn, so force is included?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that, and then with the force, you chop down an explosion of force, just kind of crashes through, fire sort of brims through, its body kind of shudders and quick, it holds on, and in that massive strike, you almost cleave it in two. Crystal shards kind of fall off its body. It is on death's door. Nicely done. Pixels.
Please roll a strength save.
Okay. 7.
Yes. Yes. I get to use this. All right. So
Okay.
I just dealt damage with psionic strike. Failed his strength save. I would like to transport the creature 10 feet horizontally right into the pit.
Like a fucking worm, you unfurl this like 6.5 foot long crystalline snake-like thing, and it just flaps around. Shards are flying all over its body. You just drop it into the pit. And it's like somewhat terrifying yet somewhat beautiful because it's covered in like these like crystalline shards, just falls all the way down, and you don't hear a splash or a crash or anything. It just falls. Nicely done. Yeah, it's gone and just all the way down.
Okay. I move more. No, I don't have the movement for moving more, so no, I don't move more. All right, go next.
Robin.
I think my crossbow is on lightning. Because the black puddings were immune to lightning, I didn't want to try acid. And thunder, and I didn't want to try thunder either because of the caverns. So I think it's on lightning.
Okay.
I might as well see if these guys are resistant to lightning, assuming that I hit. So I am going to shoot my crossbow at the Grick in front of Wood.
Alrighty. Bring up the crossbow. Point blank, it slithers, fires, and hits right into its beak.
And this will also deal an additional 9 magical piercing damage
God damn.
because it's my assassin subclass first round.
Sure.
They haven't gone yet, etc.
42 points of damage. Bolt strikes it right into its face. Lightning goes through.
And the lightning does as expected.
Yeah. Does exactly as expected. It shakes, and it still is wrapped around the sort of fungus shelf, getting ready to strike back, but it is pretty beat up from that one shot.
I shot the one in front of Wood.
Ah, misunderstood. Let me fix that. That's fine by me. So,
I've
thank you.
had disadvantage attacking. This one was
Well, I
my
didn't know if
fault.
you had the feat or not. I might have been getting that mixed with someone else.
I have
I
that on
have a
Morphos.
so I don't have
Ah,
any
that's
spells.
okay.
Sorry.
But it's the same rule. Any spell or ranged attack, point blank.
And then I'm going to bonus action disengage
Sure.
and just step back a square.
Okay. Robin, you notice. So, two things. One, being as small as you are able to easily kind of step out before anything happens. Because you notice that this like field of shards seems to almost kind of furl up and start to raise up like that of like the quills of a porcupine. You recognize that this whole sort of shelf, this like field, basically these 3 squares here, now are not only rough terrain, but seem to be so large and sort of jutting out that they might cut or tear up anybody that is, well, larger than you, so medium-sized creatures. But you get through.
I'd back up more, but I really don't want to hide behind the casters. So, let's see that. Action, bonus action, bit of movement. Go next.
Alrighty. Alster, you're up.
I'm gonna whip out my tentacle rod and swing at the now injured Grick.
Alrighty.
And I just had it pulled up. Why am I having trouble finding it? There we go. This one.
1 hits, the other 2 go wide.
6 psychic.
Alrighty. Psychic energies kind of flow through, and you notice that it's not that powerful. The sort of psychic energies kind of flow through this crystalline creature, and as it whips, you recognize that there doesn't seem to be actually a whole lot there in kind of mean sense. It's almost like a husk of whatever this like creature was initially. These shards have sort of consumed its mind. So only 3 points of psychic, sadly.
I'm gonna step back and turn.
All right. The crystalline grix. So the one in the current shelf rises up, strikes at Wood, brings up its beak, and first what it will do is lash out with its tentacle. Point blank, you easily see taking a step out of the way, goes overhead and lunges for another strike, and this time connects. It lashes, grabs hold of your neck. 25 points of magical slashing damage. And last but not least, as it's now bringing you up by your neck, its beak opens up wide and with advantage.
Uh-oh.
23 to hit.
Oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. Takes a big chomp, right a bite out of Wood's neck, and lets go of Wood as they kind of thump to the ground. It immediately slithers and gets ready to jump at someone else. That's that, Grick. Wood is now dying. The others slowly slither along the walls up to here. They're sort of following the ground. Okay, Robin. Uh-oh. 2 tentacles for you. 2 swipes. See both of them dodging out of the way, deflecting the second one just barely. It raises up, tries to take a peck out of your leg. Critical miss. You know what? Since it's at the edge, you know what? For shits and giggles, Robin, can you please roll me? Just roll me a d20. Let's let fate decide. That's pretty good. Okay. Rob, it loses its footing. It's sort of slithered out of the ground now, is sort of plopped on. It seems to be at home on the sort of shelves and funguses, but having to reach you, since you're kind of tucked away in the corner and a smaller creature, it's now like a big old snake in this like sharded, fielded patch. It lunges at you too much so and kind of loses its balance. What would you like to do? Do something as a reaction.
Hmm. See. I mean, the only thing I can really think of doing would be to try and push it.
Sure. Athletics check. Trying to punt it. 17. That's not bad.
Advantage.
That's all right. I was just looking at the first number. And you punt it. And with that, this huge snake that's double your size, you give it a swift kick right into its beak, and it slithers and slowly just tumbles side over side, crushing some of the shards. I'm going to say, just mechanically, we'll just say this whole field now is rendered inert because of its thrashing about, and it just falls into the cavern, the darkness.
I've
It's
been
nothing.
practicing dodging pecks. That's Millie.
Yeah. Amazing. But as that one falls, the other one angrily sort of raises up its snake head and goes for your side, which it does. Oh,
I'm going
no.
to expend a luck point
Okay.
to make it re-roll that crit.
Sounds good. It this time does get you, but not a crit. Grabs hold of your waist. 27 magical slashing. And now that it has you in its jaws, it will. Let me double check. See the rules here. I think it'll just try to get you. 19 because it has advantage. That's a hit. 18 magical piercing as it's just trying to claw and bring you down. So you are now grappled. Those are my Gricks. Voda, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna hop down and I'm gonna launch a leech at the one grappling. Event.
Okay.
So here's a swing.
Lining up the bow staff. Magical leech flies through and thunks right into the Grick.
So let's see, that's great. 4 force damage and
Okay.
leeched.
Leech attaches, explosion, does a little bit more than you hoped actually. So 8 points instead of 4, as it is now leeched.
Hmm. May just do another leech attack on the other one. Wounded one.
Mm-hmm.
15 hit?
15 goes wide, sadly. It's the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna hop to here and prepare for the biggest jump of my life to get into the prey.
Okay.
And make it otherwise.
So
Go
do a little
next.
hop. Safe, you get ready. As you could almost feel the weight of this like piece of stone
Oh, God.
shift just a little bit. I need you to immediately make me a dexterity saving throw. It will not be difficult because it is you.
19.
19 is plenty, but you notice this thing is not really that stable. It'll hold you for now, but for how long? You don't know.
Aha, maybe I could force it to lean in a direction I want. Okay, go next.
Picture first Lord of the Rings movie. As
Yes,
they're, like,
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you do. Yes, there you go. 13. So in this instance, you see Millie just sort of behind her shoulder. Again, this big old just cockatrices strutting their stuff. She kind of pushes Millie back. 13 sees that Wood is dying as there's a fucking crystal brick ready to consume them. She is going to... She doesn't have any potions, so I think she's going to do is going to take a step and try to jump over the acid. 15 is enough, just barely. She lands, thunks a little bit down. Grick is around the corner. Wood is there, and I think in this instance, what she will do is sort of interpose herself. So she will physically move Wood up a hex, take Wood's spot, which will cause an attack opportunity, but she will sort of brunt that attack for you. The creature takes a beak, and 14 goes wide as 13 sees it, ducks, goes over her shoulder, her fist charges up and gets ready to punch it square into the beak. "15 is not enough, just glances. She pulls back her other fist, ready to give it the old uppercut, and does connect right into its jaw for not 17, but doubling that for 34 points of force damage. Crashes into its crystalline beak. Shards go flying everywhere. It's kind of snakes up into the air, and as it does, though, we see that the shards along its sort of snake-like spine start to glow, and then burst, an explosion. Only 13, 10 feet.
Uh-oh.
Let me double check. Is it 10 feet or is it 5 feet? It is... Okay. Yeah. So it explodes right next to her. She sort of covers her face. She will try to dodge out of the way of this burst, which she fails. Shards of almost like hardened glass kind of thunk, thunk, thunk into her arms and kind of raise her cheek, but she is okay. So she takes 12 points of force. That's her turn. Wood, you are dying.
I am, and so is my character sheet. So do I just roll a 1d20 for...
1d20, that's all you need to do.
Okay.
There's a button on your sheet, but if it's dying, that's fine. So there's one failed death save.
All right. I will mark that.
Okay.
Next.
Any more show up? Of course there are. Wouldn't be me without having some reinforcements. Luckily, as Voda and Brock moved, 2 more of these crystalline grips furl up that were right behind you where you were standing, kind of swirl. And they are going to dart over. I think one... It moves to the shelf, like sort of like flings itself like a fucking like water snake through the chasm, lands on the opposite shelving. That's 20. It slithers on over, full motion, getting ready to kind of climb the shelf wall to the northeast. This one here is... Where is it gonna go? Voda. One of them launches itself like a missile right at you. Voda, please make me a dexterity saving throw. An 11. Okay, it does land and sort of propels itself, hitting you. As it does, it's not a full brunt attack, so I'm going to just roll this like so. 18 points of magical piercing as the beak kind of chomps at your arm, thunks into you. The snake kind of does that. I need you to make a separate dexterity saving throw. You feel yourself starting to tumble. 14 is a success, at least a partial one. So what I'm going to say is you succeed enough to not immediately fall, but it sort of ruins your initial momentum, your plan, because it's kind of making your sort of like a reflex to go towards a safer spot. So you feel that you are about to fall off from where you are. You can either try to go over like here, maybe even over there, but you feel like your body, like the momentum, because where the brick hit you, is pushing you in a direction that you wouldn't be able to go over here, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. Is that like right now or like on my turn?
This is immediately. This is all as a reaction.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll probably. Hup.
Okay. Swap spots with the grip. And that's them. Yeah, this is like a sort of a scenario, and
Yep.
you know,
Nope. I'm into it.
that. Got it. Barack, you're up.
What are my options? What would it be to go north? Gonna save
Climb the shelf or find another way.
What's the like?
You climb the shelf with an
Skill
athletics
check,
check. It would be rough terrain. You would also be rolling a d20 to see if something happens.
Take it. Yeah, I think I'll try that.
$22. Okay, you're able to hand over hand just climb over the shelf, no problem. I need you to roll me a d20 though, see if anything happens as you're moving through the shelf. A 9. So I'm gonna say this happens. So as you're climbing, you do manage to get through the shelf. The last little bit, some of the shelves kind of give way as a plume of sort of this like almost like a hatching little chamber. These like just little not even full eggs, these like almost shards. As you kind of knock through some of the mushrooms, you could tell that some of these crystalline gricks were, probably having a little hatchery in here. And as you kind of step through, they break, and small little micro explosions of shards burst in these sort of like crystalline state. As they do, so you get to safety, but you are going to take some damage. As a total of 16 points of unmitigated force damage, just kind of shoot into your leg through your plate mail. Cut you up a little bit, but you're on the opposite side. As it happens, the whole shelf collapses. As it does, since the weight of the shelf has become sort of a foundational, it takes the whole section of rocks and stonework as it tumbles into the darkness. That whole passage is now collapsed. Let me fix that.
Do a couple attacks later. I will take advantage.
That's a hit.
$16.
Okay. So was it 16 or 17?
Sorry, 17.
Better way to fill that up. 17. Okay. So, fire that. Okay. 17 total. Still, you chop into the grip. Turns sort of almost like hisses. You can hear it sort of shiver at you.
The second one hit too.
18 also hits. God damn. 23. Wounding the Grick. I'm going to say, since there was a lot of damage just chopping into it as it's holding onto Robin, it's going to make a strength save. Yep, no, it's going to hold on to Robin. It's going to just keep on squeezing.
And I will potion go next.
Okay, Robin, you are currently being grappled by the Grick.
So my speed is 0, and
0, yes.
I have disadvantage on attacks against creatures other than the one grappling me.
You are not So it's just grappled. Let me see. Unless that's an update. Let me double check the. Might be an update. Sorry. Just make
I was just
sure.
going off the cheat sheet.
Oh, okay. Is it? Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a brain fog.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler.
Straight. Oh, yeah. You're right. My fault. Brain fog.
So I am going to switch to my Moon-Touched Rapier. I am going to bonus action steady aim.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to swing at the guy grappling me.
Go for it. That is a hit. Stab right into it. God damn.
29 damage, 6 of which is radiant.
And yeah, so you stab right basically in its face as it kind of gets ready to try to chop you right through the beak, through its crystalline brain. And as you do, the body slumps down, tentacles let go of your waist until you start seeing the shards kind of. Its spine immediately rises up in all of the spiny points as a small sort of vibration, this hum, grows louder and louder until it explodes. I would like you and Brock to please make me a dexterity saving throw.
24, don't have advantage.
Okay. Alrighty, the 24 is a success. Brock, though, is a failure.
Wow, that's pretty rude, Joe.
So, on a fail, what was that?
I said, wow, that's pretty rude, Joe.
Yeah, I know. So, let me see. It's an all or nothing, so you don't take anything, Robin. But Brock, so 19 force, and you are pushed 5 feet away and knocked prone. Cool. Okay, so since you're standing here, I'm going to say... All right, yeah, it would only be realistically one of these 3 hexes. I did say this is now collapsed, so can you please roll me a d3?
Roll a d6. 1.
A 1? Okay, you get flung right into poor Wood.
Uh-oh.
Wood, roll me a d20.
Sure thing.
See how bad
sir.
rock flies into you.
Into my corpse. 1d20.
Yeah,
Be bad.
you're not
20.
quite dead yet.
Okay, so that was good. You get flung. What would be the most advantageous spot for you? I will allow you to choose any spot that's within 5 spaces. The 5 hexes. 1, 2. One of those spots around there.
Clip out of bounds. Abuse the system.
Flip out of bounds. Yeah, make the DM sad.
Glitch through the walls.
Honestly, we'll just
This
say
is
that.
probably
That's
a
safe.
bad time to glitch through the walls because if you're in the wall, we can't heal you.
That's true.
Just type TGM into the console. It'll be fine.
No clip. Make a speed run. Alrighty, so that was pretty good, Robin. Anything else?
Do I have my movement back now?
Yes, you do.
Okay, well, Robin does not want that to happen again, so... I know what I said earlier. I'm gonna hide behind the caster.
Oh, that's true.
All right, I actually have a potion. It seems most people are getting pretty damn low on them, so I'm gonna spend a full action. It is right to feed somebody else a potion.
Yes.
I will use one of my greater healing potions for Wood. That will be. I can roll if you would like.
Do it. You're the one administering it.
Total of 11.
Wood opens their eyes, sees Austere, and says, I can't die without knowing your entire backstory.
Oster suddenly stops, like, propping you up and just lets you slump back
Drop.
down for a second. All right, they're clearly fine. I have no good bonus actions, and I don't want to move from where I am, so that's my turn.
Sounds good to me. Right, so let's go with the northernmost brick. They immediately fling themselves to the wall, attach, and almost slither through the walls and mushroom shells, like so. Hello, Oster.
Hi.
Crawls along the walls and immediately lunges at you. Tentacle. Ooh, Baba Booey. Hits.
18 slashing. Has grappled. Okay.
Grabs you. 19 magical slashing. Grabs hold of you. And now with advantage, it takes a chunk out of your neck. Youch. 23 magical piercing. Uh-oh. Alright, these are now attached. Grabbing hold. The one that's on the stone pillar that's now warbling and kind of moving around. I'm gonna roll a d20. 12. It's gonna be stable for now, though. Sorry. It will try to tentacle you, which with a 22 is going to hit.
Yep. I can try and. I see. Yes, I can try and deflect that. Some of the damage is slashing.
It's all magical slashing. Yep.
Reduce it by 19.
So only 5 points. It does grab hold of you.
Yep.
And as it happens, it goes to take a chomp right out of your neck. The 19 to
It's
hit
a miss.
is a miss. Wow.
It bites exactly on my bracers of defense.
Right on the brace.
And I'm like, they're fighting with it. Yeah.
Thing. It's just like a rabid animal.
This version of bikini armor.
Yeah, it's the bikini armor. Oh my goodness. All right, those are my gricks. Voda, you're up.
I don't think I can just kill this guy. I'd like to try and get free. Is that kind of check do I need to make to break free?
Yes, it is. We'll check to see if it is full or bonus. Just says escape DC 14. Okay, so I'm going to argue that you are able to use either a full or bonus action to try to break free. That is with athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics, you say?
Try to wriggle free. What you do? So
All right,
either
so that'll
your
actually be
full or
my
bonus action.
that will actually be my full action
Okay.
to break free, because I want to use a focus point to disengage and dash, or disengage and dodge. It's patient defense. Yeah, disengage and dodge. It's bonus action, and now I'm gonna kind of just flee, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm fighting my own battle over here. It's 5v1 over there, and I'm just 1v1ing this, so I'm gonna. Could I make this leap reasonably? Having got a short run up?
Yes. I will now ask you to please roll me a d20 just to see how stable that platform is.
Oh no.
Oh no, rocks fall.
You
Voda
step, you
dies.
land, and it starts to immediately crumble. Please make me a dexterity saving throw. 17 is a success. So, you are able to fling yourself to one of the nearby ledges here or here. You will be prone, but that will be your entire movement to just fling
I
yourself to
will
safety.
fling myself over here.
Okay. Heavy thud.
Actually, you know what? I
Crashes
don't know
to
where. I
ground.
don't know where. This is a split-second decision.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, I don't know where Gricks are going to come out of. I'll go a little bit farther
Seems
away
like-
from a wall.
That's fine.
You're in the walls, man.
Walls.
Prone. You say. That will be it
Looking
for
good.
me.
Gone. 13. You probably try to help out. Nostra has a brick attached to their fucking face. Yes, show me them toes. She will lower her hands and just punch twice, like a boxer, right at the crick. 2 tattooed strikes. These beams of pure energy, both of them connect. So a total of 30 points of force damage as it crashes into the brick, and then 12. Wounding it in one shot. Creature now is going to make, let's say, a strength saving throw to see if it's still. Nope, it just kind of clenches down, trying to make a lunch out of our lovely Oster. That's 13's whole turn. Wood, you're up.
Okay. Wood is going to stand up. 15 movement, and I'm going to try to angle myself. I try and look for Voda, but I cannot lock my eyes on him, so I'm going to just double check my spell to see if I need to see a creature within range in order to cast Mass Healing Word and give them benefits of that. And it does not appear to see that. But I'm going to post the description just in case.
It says that
So-
you can see within range.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And
I did put myself over here, so okay.
Yeah, I can't see you. Okay. So I am going to cast that on all of the crew members that I can see here, plus a random bug that happens to be crawling around my Tootsie.
No, Millie.
Is Millie here? Can I see him?
Yeah, look to your right.
To my right. Oh, perfect. Okay, Millie. Yes. Millie gets some extra healing words.
She pops out her chest.
Heck yeah. So everyone that I can see, so everyone except Voda, I'm so sorry, gets an extra 10 points of healing. And then I am going to just let that be my move because... Oh wait, no. As an action, I will administer myself a potion. Next. And that'll be it for me.
Sounds good to me. Brock, you're up. Actually, just saw the time. As we're getting set before Brock goes, we get this shot of this Grick that is now like on this wobbly tower, getting ready to try to fling itself, probably towards the group, towards the northeast. Voda, on pixels of health, clawing their way, trying not to fall into the pit. As we get this like slow-mo shot of the Grick trying to basically chomp at Oster's neck. And that's where we'll take a little short rest. That's what happens next with all of these terrifying crystalline Gricks. Chat, we'll see you in just a moment. get right into it. Returning once again. Hey, old chat. Welcome back. Brock. We're down, but not out. The Grick is attached to Oster, trying to peck their way into their neck. Another Grick kind of on this now platform that's slowly leaning towards the rest of the party, going towards the northeast as it kind of like gets ready to pounce possibly at Wood or 13. Brock, what would you like to do?
Stand up. I am going to slash at the Grick.
Okay. Bring up the flaming great axe. Swipe in the air.
I'll
Chop.
take advantage. We're trying. 22.
Trying. 22 points. It is on pixels of health. Still up.
I should have used a thing, but alright, I will do another attack.
There's another hit. Holds on, and with that, it's holding on to Oster's sort of neck. The beak gets ready to chop you. Clean cut, burns it in half, splits into two pieces. The head portion still basically attached, just kind of unfurls, and as it's split in two, the shards curl up like quills and immediately explode in a shower of forceful energies. I would like Oster and I would like Brock to please make me a dexterity saving throw. Both of you fail. How lovely. Taking 16 points of force damage and are pushed 5 feet away. Brock, you're immediately pushed back a square, knocked prone. Oster, on the other hand, you're kind of just in a hallway. Can you roll me a d2? See how bad this will be for you.
D2 isn't on the little pre-setup ones. Do you mind if I just do a D4 and 1 or 2 or 3 or 4?
That works. Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect. So the worst option. So roll me a D6 as the force of this kind of knockback smacks your head against the wall. You also knock into Robin.
All right,
so this
down.
knocks you unconscious, or rather dying, as it kind of honks your head, gashing your temple. You knock into Robin. Robin, please make me a dexterity saving throw as you feel the force of this starting to pull you back as you start feeling yourself tumble downwards. You do manage to catch yourself, let's say 5 feet down. Here, tumble a little bit, stop as there's like slight decline that just, it's like almost like a funnel into the darkness to the west. All right, but the Grick is no more.
Alright, this is really funny, so I want to try to do this. I am going to action surge. I'm not going to stand up.
Okay.
And I would like to try to use the telekinetic movement portion of this. An object that is large or smaller. I would like to try to move
see. Okay.
So I would like to try to move a large portion of the pillar out from under the Grick to destabilize it even faster.
All right, make me a perception check first. 2 things. 1, you're prone. 2, you have, well, actually 3 things. 2, you got 2 people in front of you. 3, you're currently in this like bed of shards that would be obstructing your view as you're prone.
I am on stairs though.
You're on stairs. Okay, I'll give you advantage on it. Roll again. I didn't notice the stairs. I'll give you some
At
of
least
that.
what looks like stairs, I assume.
It is stairs. 15. Okay, that's enough. So you're trying to take a chunk out of the pillar?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Let's see if
you
there's
allow
even.
a chunk that would make it go another direction, or just make it like collapse altogether.
Roll me a D100. Subtract 20 from that, though.
6. Damn it.
Sorry. It's a good idea, but you don't see it just in this time frame.
I think that's it then.
Okay. Works for me. Cool idea. But sadly just didn't align. Robin. You're up.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to move here, I guess. Lister's next in the turn order. I should really bring him back up. I am going to use a basic healing potion on Oster. As soon as I find it on my sheet. Should have healing, so it's 2d4 plus 2.
Max healing.
Nice. Well done.
And then do I have any good bonus? No, I don't think I do, so I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay. Oster. Prone. And alive.
I'll stand up. And I will cast... I'll fix it in a second. On my sheet it still says I have 0 health. I'll fix it. And I'm gonna just do a quick sorcerous burst of lightning at the Grick that I can see balanced atop that thing.
17. Bolt flies true.
And I'll add my once per turn plus for lightning to
Alrighty.
whatever it rolls when that roll goes through. Oh, damn. That's pretty nice.
Okay.
So a total of 16 lightning.
16 lightning. Zaps through the brick. Still up. Seems damaged just as you expected.
That'll be all.
That'll be all. Okay. Pillar is broken, starting to sway. I'm going to roll just a D100 for shit and giggles. 11. Okay. The pillar is starting to crumble. Which direction? Okay. That is better for me. Pillar starts to actually collapse down. Starts falling forward. Grick, sort of wanting to move that direction anyways, is flung towards you all. So Oster would probably be safe. So I'm going to roll a d4. Who am I being flung at? Brock it is. So with advantage, it flies in the air, beak out, goes for a chomp. And a 19 does hit the prone Brock.
I haven't taken Did I take damage on my turn?
You did. Yeah,
I did.
the
Yeah, that's right,
explosion. Yeah, that's why I removed it.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that. It was like flung over, chopped down, realizes that was successful. It immediately goes and tries to chop at Brock once again. Thing bounces off the armor. And it will, I think, do this at Brock with advantage. One last go. Grapples Brock. Its tentacles. 13 magical slashing. That's the Grick. Voda. Yeah.
All right. Stand. Can't see anyone, so I don't know what's going on. But I remember back when I was over in this area, has nothing to do with this map. I'm not metagaming. Voda remembers. I'm going to bonus action to dash so that I can actually this. Basically gonna do like a wall leap to there,
Sure.
so I can
Leap. Yeah, I think because you have that new ability that you're easily able to do some crazy fucking parkour stuff, thunk, 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 and ping pong your way over to the opposite side.
Let me
Will
choose
still
some
count
maps
as
now.
movement, but yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna just so that is basically the half movement I get just for standing up.
Yep.
Then I can
Dash.
Oh yo. How y'all doing?
Not gonna lie, we've been better.
I do not even slowing down. I jump and I leap off of this spot right here so I can land right there.
Just almost kicking Oster's head. You kick the corner, jump over him.
And I come down two-handed on the brick.
Oh. Hits.
For 10 bludgeoning and 2 force.
Okay, so it's that magical staff. So as you bounce around, you bring the staff down and it crashes into the brick. You notice that it seems to be very effective as it starts just shattering some of the shards on its head, bursting out. So not 10 bludgeoning, but 20 points of bludgeoning and 2 force. So that's double everything. Excuse me. So that is 24 points of damage. Wounding it immediately.
And attack number 2.
Hit. Smacking it upside the head for a total of 20 points. It is on pixels of health.
That's all I can do. Go next.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 13. I think she will just run a line up a shot, take a punch, and go wide. Another fist, which does connect finally. Single blow. And same thing as before, it explodes into shards of sort of glass, exploding outwards. I need everybody within 5 feet of it to please make me a dexterity saving throw. This is an all or nothing. Success from Wood, Brock, success, Voda, success. I
That was
need
a nat 1, which is
a
actually
nat 1.
good for me because as a halfling,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I
Pushes
can
up
reroll.
glasses.
I can re-roll nat.
Success. We love ones as halflings. Cool. Alrighty. So you all see the shards. You've definitely seen this several times now. It just explodes and bursts. And with that, adventurers, you have survived. Nicely done.
Wood is immediately going to start giving Avoda some kitty kisses. Where were you?
I had to go away for a little bit.
This pillar is gone now, too.
Yes. So let me remove that.
Well, we've made it very inconvenient for us.
Well,
I don't have the energies left for the flight spell that could get a few of us across. I could only do one person at a time, and that's rather less energy efficient. If one person can get over there, I have a bit of rope. We could try tying one end to the statue and one end to something over here. I've got pittons I could put into the wall here to hold it in place. It might take a little finagling and time.
Might be
but
safer to try and go around. I saw some hallways back behind the orb.
Can we get back there, though?
Probably another way around if we looked hard enough.
We could go all the way back around. But
Yes, we could go back to where we started. There were some entryways there that looked like they were heading in this general direction. It's hard to say exactly.
Do we think those passages are also filled with poison gas?
seems like it's more
It's
of
very-
the southern area.
Well, we know how to
but
check for it now, right?
I mean, I could get back across.
Like, I had to do some acrobatics to get through this hallway back here, but it is a much smaller distance to traverse.
Voted 21 healing for you.
Yeah, I see. You. I thought the fawning over me was roleplay. I apologize.
with me, it's really hard to guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of in a predicament, huh?
There is the option of going through the poison gas. It's not a great option.
I know what we do.
Yeah.
If this is something I can.
Right, first ask questions later.
I don't think I ever got a good look at the poison gas. Where that is?
Across
down
this.
this hallway to our yeah.
Like down here?
No, the other one.
Or down
the next
here.
one up, down that way, yes,
Okay.
and down on the other side of that wall. I think there was some as well.
Okay. I do have the ability to conjure small winds. Let me see what I can do.
Huh.
I'll hop over here.
I'll try and back you up. I'll at least not get hurt as much as most by the gas should anything go wrong.
Oster, take 12 HP plus in kitty kisses, and Brock, you take 10.
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay, beautiful.
Actually, wait. Before you go into the gas, Voda, let me just check something. Give it a little room, if you don't mind, just as far back as we can with us all that are here. I want to just make sure it's not flammable. I'll cast a small
hold
flame
on.
spell into it.
Hold on. Hold on.
No?
That's just gonna fucking set it on fire and then collapse us all in here. if it is.
Well, that's why I'm saying do it now while we're a good distance away from it to make sure.
Yeah, but if I
so
can
doesn't
blow it
happen to
away
us later.
without igniting it,
Oh, that's
Nope.
true.
less
That's true.
risky.
I think that Mutt's problem was with whether or not we're in the fireball. I think his problem was whether or not the fireball does intense structural damage.
Yeah.
Fair.
Caves that we're in.
I do think if we are going to do this, we should all be over there and get ready to rush through because it will probably refill pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Wow, it's just that dark. Okay.
Yeah, dark vision is just still dark.
Oh yeah, it's. I also tinted, so it's like just enough.
Yeah,
you
it
can kinda see.
Yeah. I actually just didn't see it like changing from like the you remember this area darkness. But actually now that I'm rounding the corner here, I can't see a difference.
Yeah, the you remember it is like slightly sepia toned or something.
Yeah, there might be a way to finagle that a little bit more, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
I want to get as close to
two-way
the
test for another day.
Poison gas as I can.
Sure. If it's a square that looks like it's mostly gas, then it's there, so it's most likely to be here. That little bit at the edge doesn't count.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
All right, we should stack up, people.
Let me double check something. Fine. Okay. You start moving closer, and as you do, Voda, please make me a perception check. 19 is enough. You see this. 3 hunched over figures.
Oh, God.
Several of them looking into the alcoves, just digging in. It's like they're kind of digging for a few things. Their backs are towards you. Doesn't take much to roll, or really anything, because you recognize that these are troglodytes. Dime a dozen. Several foot soldiers, or sort of common kinds, that seem to be digging into these alcoves. A quick glance through the smoky, gassy haze, and you can see that in these alcoves are burrows and hives of large, very faintly bioluminescent insects, worms, and little critters crawling all around. They're gathering them, putting them into sort of these like hatched bags of mossy fibers and whatnot. Gathering, really, for food.
Okay. That's gonna make things complicated. But my crew's right here.
Do we still want to try? Or do we want to piss them off and get them out of the way first?
If I can deal with this poison gas, we could just deal with them right here. Okay. Although I'm reading this. Okay. This is the effect of elementalism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just posted the whole thing. My bad.
That's fine.
I'm going to post just the part that matters.
Create a breeze strong enough to ripple cloth, stir dust, rustle leaves, and close open doors and shutters, all within a 5-foot cube. Doors and
Yeah,
shutters being
that's
held
strong
open as
enough.
an artifact.
Yeah, 5-foot cube is restrictive. I'm realizing.
I would say mechanically what would this do for you is you could it's gas, you know, you would need to make a con save that's pretty straightforward. I will give you advantage, but only you. As you're able to, as long as you're doing this for the time being, creating this air sort of pocket, you're able to kind of push away most of the gas. Some of it
Haha.
still creep in,
Okay.
it is a vocal semantic thing, instantaneous. So this is something you gotta keep doing.
Yes. Huh. Having second thoughts, guys.
That's fair. We can try and find another way around. That there was another path we haven't checked yet.
Yeah, let's back
You
away
think
slowly.
Do you think a deity would take offense if we threw a grappling hook at its statue?
I can
Well,
get across. Just a resource I don't have too much left of.
I mean, I straight up have a grappling hook that I can throw up to 50 feet.
guys didn't go this direction. Oopsies.
I don't trust the ledge. The only thing I'd really trust it to catch on would be the statue.
I don't feel like I have any other solutions.
I also have Mage Hand. If you don't want to take the risk of like damaging the statue, if that's your worry, I could tie it off with Mage Hand.
That would be better. I don't really want us pissing off Merkel anytime soon.
He's a pushover. I heard some group of adventurers beat his avatar once. Seemed like not a very good god, if I'm gonna be honest.
With the Adventures of Tav, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if no one objects, I am going to toss a grapple over to the other side.
I
With a
would
rope tied to
say
I think we did just have some objections. We have a couple of us who can cast Mage Hand. No, we
So
can
how
carry it
about-
across and tie the knot in a way that's not risking smacking the thing.
so. Why don't you guys work together, provide the help option with the grappling hook, and with the mage hand, and then hopefully we don't upset any gods like Lathander or Merkel.
Sure.
Go squad, go!
So that's
Alright.
me providing help action to Robin.
Sure.
Okay.
Grabbing some of the rope, holding on.
Okay, so I should make my acrobatics check.
Yes, please, with
With
advantage,
advantage.
as Oster's helping. Yeah, you need the help. You easily find a point, little twirl, something out of the classic sort of like Batman 90s anime, and you just fling, locks into place, clunks over these sort of reformed wings. Some of the bones that were sort of casted over, held by like ropes and sort of now, I guess, fungi shelves, locks into place. You hear, give it a good thud, and ain't moving anywhere. Create
Okay,
a
then
rope.
I would like to secure one of my pitons into something on this side that looks sturdy and tie off the other end of the rope to that.
Sure.
Okay, let me figure out how to.
So, the left-hand side, you go to the, what looks either like a pen or a paintbrush. You could select the colors once it's selected. The left one is the normal one. The right one is fill, if you want, if you want fill here or not. But it's, there you go. Well, kudos for myself. Yeah, you lock it, hammer it down, piton. Make sure to mark off the piton from your character sheets. That's just now stuck in there. Grappling hook is in place.
Okay, and now I guess I am going to try to shimmy across the rope.
Okay. I'm gonna say, for you, your size, someone who has done this several times, no need to roll me anything. You shimmy across, finally are able to gently
I can
land
move
down
that.
on the platform.
Did not mean to move that. Meant to
That's
move.
fine. What I could do is I can put the whoops. There we go. I can make this be in the map layer so it just stays. There we go.
And go next. Do I need to? Am I rolling something?
I'm gonna say everyone else, please make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check with advantage as you have the rope now set up. 13 is enough. It's not particularly difficult since it is quite sturdy. One by one, start climbing over. I would like the next person before you go across to please roll me a D100.
I can go next.
52. Okay, nothing happens. Go right ahead. Same rules.
And this was a athletics, you said, or acrobatics
Yeah, either
with
one.
advantage?
That's enough.
Would you like another D100, Joseph Gregory?
Yes, please. But this time, can you please roll a D100 minus 10?
Minus 10.
30.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You notice, so you, as you're climbing across, get about halfway, please roll me your athletics or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Ooh.
Okay, that's plenty. You do manage to shimmy across. There's a slight little snag. The grapple hook kind of moves slightly. It's still attached, but the wing that it's attached to is starting to get damaged a little bit.
Oh no. Can I reach that?
Yeah, you're still on the rope.
Oh, okay.
I would say yes. You're shimmying across. If you want to continue, because it's on the wing, you can keep going towards basically where the hook is apart. And since you want to reach for it, no need to roll anything else because that was a very successful check. Feel free to roll me a sleight of hand to see if you're able to finagle it and fix it while you're up there.
Sleight of hand.
12. Okay, partial success. It seems to have helped it a little bit. So, next person. I would like you to please roll me a D100 minus 5.
Actually, you know what? 13. Go ahead.
13. She looks at you. All right. Sort of stretches out her hands, loosens up her hands within her sort of leather gloves, and starts just going hand over hand as she, with advantage, easily just definitely climbs across. And as she does, so she gets there safe, but with a 38, we feel the grappling hook sort of shift a little bit. It goes back to its original spot. So by original, I mean like where it kind of fell down a little bit. So it's still on there. So mechanically, Bodo, you would be rolling a D100 minus 10.
Can I try and fix it too now?
Sure, I'll
I
allow
also
one more
have
chance.
mending, and I'm a little taller, so I'd reach it easier.
Sure.
You want a sleight of hand?
You do have mending, so depending on how you want this fixed. Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage, using mending as your sort of tool to try to fix this, mainly looking at the rope now.
Alright. Sleight of hand.
18, that's enough. Using mending, there's a few spots a little bit frayed. This rope definitely seems to maybe have been through a bit. Acid and everything has been, being robbing up a little bit, so it's starting to fray some of the extra supplies poking out of the pack. But 18 is able to keep it sturdy enough for at least this pass. Voda, no need to roll anything, just a flat D100 plus the normal athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
We use acrobatics, and I'm just going to run across the top of it. Assuming this succeeds.
It does succeed. It's not as fanciful as you were hoping for. So you get there, and about halfway, you kind of have to shift a bit to more of a classic crawl, but you do manage to get across.
Okay, I'm good.
13 looks at you, she's just like, there's no need for that. We've been through enough.
Okay, now, I did not devise a way for me to get the rope back, if that's even possible.
Just leave it.
I mean, yeah, we could leave it.
I mean,
need it in the future.
I will at
Could I
least try to
extract it using
retrieve...
Mage Hand? Just untie it from the other end?
I mean, based on Joe's description of the rope, I don't know if he was saying this rope is at the end of its life.
Roll me a d20. You for sure will be able to save the grapple. Like that. No. So this section of rope, let me check the distance. Because rope comes in, is it 50 or 60?
feet, typically.
Okay, 30 feet of that rope, it's now useless. You're able to extract, save the grapple, but the rest of it just kind of thumps. The pin is still there, but it becomes so frayed now, it's just sort of dangling on the opposite side, hanging off, with a little bit of, as they say in the business, some environmental storytelling, as it's just now hanging off the cliff edge. So yeah, mark that your rope is now 30 feet.
What I
So
usually
I'm
do
going
is
to
change the
remove that.
number I have to the number of feet I have for rope.
Okay. So, now that we're all across, I guess we should, and not being killed by worms, I guess we should finally examine the evil statue and its orb.
I think we kind of did.
I mean,
Yeah, I
know
got
that
a lot
you
of
guys
info
saw-
from the ground.
Yeah, I know that you guys saw, like, the bones and stuff. And that there's an orb in the orb, but I don't think that we did anything in depth with it.
Can one of you, magic the barrier away?
Yeah, get right on that.
Let me check.
Didn't you say it was?
I could cast Dispel Magic on it.
I remember. I
But
thought there
do
was
we
some.
want to do that? Can I?
We're gonna be casting stuff. I do not want to have the orb on one side of me and a bottomless drop on the other, so I am gonna move.
Yeah, let's think this through. Do we have any idea what's inside the orb?
It's another orb.
It's an orb inside. Oh, right. It's an orb inside an orb.
You-
I'd forgotten
you
that.
You should have, actually, from the information I gave you, you should have an idea what is inside.
Do we think it's one of the keys for the?
Yes,
One of the
we
two
definitely
keys?
think it's
Okay,
one of the
right.
keys.
Right. Sorry.
It's an orb of. Let me through.
All right. Can I roll Arcana and see if I think that this shield that it's inside of is
Mhm.
going to be trapped. Like, is it going to respond negatively to trying to be dispelled?
Sure. Absolutely. Go right. Roll right ahead.
All right.
17 is enough. Yes, it is not trapped. It's protected by abjuration magic, meaning that not only is it creating this sort of magical barrier, but abjuration, a lot of the times, it's like casting shield on yourself. Normally will propel and push things away from it. So it doesn't take, a wizard from Candlekeep to figure out what will happen.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the group and say it's. I think this shield, whether or not I succeed in removing it, is going to push us around a little bit, or try to. I would suggest we all be far away from cliff faces, and particularly have what Robin was thinking: have a wall on the opposite side of you from the orb.
Tell me twice.
Wood, you can cast Mage Hand, right?
Let's see if I actually have that ready. Yes, I can.
Lovely. Would you mind? I'm afraid when I dispel the orb, if I succeed, that the key might roll into the grand abyss over there.
Okay.
So could you have a mage hand, maybe put it behind a rock so it doesn't get destroyed by the magical wave, if there is one? Like sort of hide it just off the edge of the cliff a little bit behind that where it can be protected, and then reach up and catch the orb after the shield is gone, should I succeed.
Okay. Don't worry. I was in Little League.
I
So-
have no clue what that means, but I sure hope it helps. I'm gonna actually step a little further back even, and then cast Dispel Magic at the orb.
Well, Wood
Okay.
cast a baseball glove in the form of magic mage hand.
Alrighty. Focus your magic on the orb, casting Dispel Magic. Magic connects into it. It starts to crack and it seems to work. As it's cracking, two things happen. Obviously, this was not the sort of correct way to diffuse the spell protecting the orb, as a sort of a forceful wave emanates. It's quite loud as this blast kind of shakes, trembles a bit. Luckily, all of you were incredibly smart and decided not to stand next to the orb, as an explosion of energy bursts out from the orb, pushing all this like dust and chunks, maybe a little bit of the flayed rope on the ground just kind of falls into the pit as they fall further into the darkness. Oster, though, you feel this sort of psionic sort of feedback, this magical kind of whiplash as it kind of snakes off from the orb, shell as it cracks, like a little synaptic stack. It just kind of flies right into your mind. Please make me an intelligence saving throw. As that happens, the orb collects.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that one.
Yep, that is a failure. That is a failure. The orb.
Do I want to use my DM inspo I have? I think I might. You gave me one for. I think it was for the crazy spell I pulled off in the fight against the fire guy.
Yeah, you just that fight is crazy. Yeah,
When are you like 290 damage?
Yeah, that was some of the most damage, especially when you're like level 8 fucking player ever did. Yeah, that was absolutely fucking insane. Yeah, so it's good because let me tell you. Let's see what would have happened. By the way, 59 points of unmitigated force damage back into your mind. It's just kind of propelling you, flinging you back against the wall. That's what would have happened. Which you resist. You feel this like connection to the weave just explode back, cleanse your mind of it. As everyone else, you see this like jolts of almost like bluish lightning fly towards Oster's temple and then immediately crumble away into like specks of bluish dust, falls to the ground. The orb, now tumbling, because the second half of this starts thump, 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 right towards the catcher's mitt. And Wood, please make me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Sleight of hand with advantage. Okay. I was trained for this.
Catcher's mitt's ready. And 21. Good thing you're trained for it. You almost let it slip. It hits the sort of the thumb portion of the mitt. You immediately focus your mind. The mitt moves a little bit further down and lands into the good spot, the palm, and now cradling it up. And you now have, floating back to you, is a sort of bluish orb. We're trailing it back. Energy sort of coalesces, and it sort of continuously hums a word, an arcane word. It says passage, just passage. It speaks in sort of a dwarven, sort of vocal intonation, sort of like a. I'm sorry, my brain's going blank right now. But it sort of speaks in this dwarvish way, but you can understand it's not speaking dwarven, but it sort of speaks in this vocal way as it just slowly hums the word passage. Passage. But you now have this floating blue orb.
Oster looks at the statue and says, I promise we have the best of intention. Well, I have the best of intentions.
Okay, so that's one glowing orb key obtained.
I'm gonna scout around this corner a little bit. Ooh. Everyone be quiet. In fact, back up.
I'm kidding.
Holy.
There's my brain is saying
Several-
Trollocs because I've been reading Wheel of Time. Troglodytes, there you go.
See several troglodytes, trogs, Underdark lizard folk, whatever you want to call them, that are shuffling about. Some of them are carrying sort of these woven baskets, makeshift sort of sticks and tools. Several of the large, hulking ones are wielding these large, sort of knobbed clubs. Knights sometimes are what some folks call them. Sort of looming over the other trogs, just kind of like looking around. They seem to be scavenging, moving things. Doesn't seem like a sort of warrior party, but some of them are armed. I go just to see what happens. 8. One of them turns and stops. Voda, I need you to immediately make a stealth check.
I still see them, so they can still see me.
One of the...
Just 26. No,
Oh my
Just
goodness.
26.
Just 26.
Casually.
Regular Trog definitely doesn't notice you. Does the champion?
one with data.
No. They turn, a few rocks kind of tumble. One of them looks down the hall. And then immediately you're... And then the larger one sort of like pushes and pulls their arm, dragging them further towards the southwest.
Was that
A few moments
that-
pass. Go ahead.
Was that Trog for must have been the wind?
First one's like, first one's like, yeah, must have been the wind. The other one's like, back to your toys. Intro. Huh? Must have been the wind. What's that? Huh? I'm hearing things. Rats. Must be the wind.
Riding this amazing stealth check. I sneak over here. Oh my god, you guys.
Am I also
Mother.
making a stealth check?
Back up.
What? Gotta go
All right,
down
I'm
here
gonna
somewhere.
whisper. I'm gonna whisper what I found. On one side we have troglodytes, and on the other side there's just a giant pit. Must have been 30 feet across. 20 feet across.
Maybe we could take the Trogs. Could be easier than the pit.
Kind of looked like they were clearing off, though, if we wanted to just wait for a minute.
Shrug my shoulders.
What do you guys think?
If we can avoid massacring people who, while they're pretty violent and happy to go to war, are kind of in their own home and just minding their own business, I would appreciate that.
That's fair.
Which direction did you say they were? East or west?
They were west. So the gigantic pit is to the east.
Do we want to head that way? It is somewhat possibly just heading towards the poison again, where we already saw more of them.
I don't see the Trogs anymore.
I creep forward. Trogs are gone. Okay.
Oster, can you detect magic? Was there enough? Like,
I
Is it
have
me?
very limited spells left. Is there a specific thing you want me to check for, or is this just broadly speaking?
did they just cast his invisibility upon themselves? Like,
I think they
Feels
walked
weird.
away.
Yeah. I think they left.
Yes. I think we're better off relying on our senses than using up. It may be very useful in the near future to be able to detect magic, and I'd rather just keep our ears perked.
A little bit. I'm peeking my head around the corner, by the way.
Sure.
I'm not actually stepping. Okay. And I whisper, yeah, they're moving off, heading north. So we should be good to keep going south.
Bad news about that.
Can I check for any hidden entries in this
Oh,
hallway?
fantastic. As you're walking down the hallway, I would like Robin, I would like Brock, and I would like Oster to immediately make me a dexterity saving throw. You say, can I check for traps, as the DM immediately
Would
looks
this-
down. And as you look, you move down this narrow passage. Somewhat of a thin squeeze. Ceiling kind of.
Another one.
As the ceiling starts to give way, as the classic DM trap shenanigans. Ceiling gives way as rocks fall. I need the three of you to please try to avoid being crushed to death
Would
as
this,
a big old collapse happens.
I was the
Yes.
first one to walk into this. I don't know what the
It
timing
is
logistics
done
is.
by time.
it's like a
It
delay
is
of
time
like
based. It's a delay. Yes.
And smart.
I'm guessing
Okay.
9 doesn't save me.
So that is a failure. Robin, that is a failure, but no, a success. Brock, that is a failure. Halfling baby is what's gonna save you. So, who scored the worst? Oster. Okay, so with that one, that's pretty bad. Okay, Robin, you are able to completely free yourself. Move yourself on either side of the hallway you like. That's totally fine. Brock, you're able to sort of propel yourself out of the section of the hallway. Oster, I am going to move you just a little bit here because most of the rocks fall on top of you. Brock, you are going to get hit. So this is for Brock. 11 points of bludgeoning, really not too bad. Oster, on the other hand, I'm going to let you be your fate. Oster, can you please roll me 8d10?
Oh, the number doesn't go high on our little chart. So
8d10.
R 8.
8d10.
It only goes up to 6
40.
on the our
It
little.
only goes to 6, Joe. Don't go higher than that. Fantastic. So, the rocks tumble down. Crush. Oster. Not outright killing you, but you are guaranteed to be rolling on the bludgeoning wounding table.
All right.
I need everybody to please roll me initiative. Oster, you as well, as you are now being crushed to death.
Uh-oh.
So I want to roll low this time.
Yes.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't know if you'll allow this, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you're gonna not allow this specifically because of the person it would be targeting. But I do have the alert feat, so I can swap initiatives. But I think you're gonna veto swapping initiatives with Oster, I assume.
Yeah, that's a weird one because this is a trap. He's being literally caved in right now. So yeah, sadly no.
It's fine.
That's fair.
Good thought though.
If we brought Oster back up, would he be able to Misty Step? Or would he just take damage and fall unconscious again immediately because he's trapped?
So in this instance, Misty Step, I think you need a verbal and somatic. I'm gonna double check. If it's just verbal, maybe, but I'm pretty sure semantic. Semantic is to be able to use your hands to cast something. This thing is crushing you. Misty Step is a second level spell.
There it is. You teleport up to 30 feet.
Oh,
verbal
only
only.
verbal. Okay.
Bonus action.
You're lucky. All right.
It can be done pretty
Robin.
quickly.
Can be done pretty quick.
Okay, then I am going to use a basic healing potion on Oster.
Okay.
D4 plus 4.
I will allow just for you to take a quick peek at the initiative order. Just a quick peek.
Oh, never mind then.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no.
I'm playing a little better game.
Oh no!
I think I have a crowbar. Let me see if I can find it. Bell, water skin, burner's pack.
Only Fulton was here. He'd clutch this.
Is that point in the turn order just instant death?
It's one failed death save.
Oh, thank God.
Well, if I was
So-
conscious, what would it be? That I mean, you don't have to answer that. That's fair. If
Okay. So if you were it's
It's up
close. It's
here.
a continuous. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to use my crowbar
Ooh. Okay.
to try and prop up the rock that
You're
seems to
using
be.
tools. Sorry, I'm just. As a DM, I am so happy that players are like, I'm gonna actually use the fucking items in my kit to like help situation. Sorry. Fantastic.
I want to try and get the rock off Oster's chest or head or whatever
Okay.
is most.
Yeah, it's
pressing.
pretty bad.
Unintended.
You could see like basically how I'm picturing this is most of Oster is covered by rocks. You see Oster's head and like they're like left or right arms poking out. Half their head is like just there as their body's like covered by stones. But you do manage to use the crowbar to try to give you some leverage off of their head or chest wherever you can. And let's see. Go ahead.
A straight strength. Heck.
As a DM, I like to allow the use of athletics or acrobatics instead of just like strength or dex, because it's more rewarding to actually use your abilities than just the flat.
In that case, I'm doing athletics.
Yeah. 23. All right. So that is definitely a major success. What that means is you're able to pry out and pull most of Oster out. Their legs are still underneath the stone, but their vital organs are safe. They are technically still dying, but the crush to death is lessened, shall we say.
Okay, and I assume that's all I can do on my turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a lot, but you did possibly just save their life right now. Voda, you're up.
Come around the corner. And whip a superior potion at his face. Just kidding. I'm gonna pour it down his throat.
Bop spear potion. Right at him.
I gently tilt his chin, sensuously, what one might say.
Oh my.
Whoa.
Oh my.
He's unconscious, it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Being crushed to the it's so sensual. All right, so with that,
I'm more
Oster,
worried by if
there it is.
he's unconscious, it doesn't matter.
Oster, you awaken, and you are in an immense amount of pain. Now his mode is just gently giving you a potion. So, crushed to death. So, if that was a full action, Oster, you're not dead for now, luckily. Crushed to death. In this case, since your vital organs are free, your head's not under the rocks, and especially with this teamwork, I am going to say, you know what? Let's let the fates decide. Oster, I want you to roll me a D100 minus 25.
Uh-oh.
-6.
I am not going to tell you what happens until you're free.
Okay.
You feel immense amount of pain. Wood, you're up.
Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. Inquiry, Joseph Gregory. Oh, holy Lord and DM. Would you say that the space that Oster is in, it's Oster we're saving, right? Yeah. Is occupied by stone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Wood is going to weave through the legs of Voda very quickly and will cast banishment upon cast banishment upon our dear Austere, and by flicking like a, like some type of maybe like a god of family or something, and then to make the charisma save with disadvantage, Wood will shout, so your grandmother's name was Beverly, was it? Or wait, shoot. Like basically making a comment about the grandma.
Okay. This is the first time I've ever seen banishment used to actually save someone's life. So, nicely done.
I was fully
no need to
expecting,
roll.
like stone shape or something.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. But so banishment, you put Oster in this like little pocket. The rocks where Oster were just kind of crush the space. So keep in mind how this works is that they would appear back to where they are, but you are now technically safe. You are okay for 1 minute. The rocks are there. So hypothetically, if Oster was there, you'd be put right back in the spot with all the rocks are basically on top of them.
So
but
they wouldn't be pushed off to the side.
So you have to go back to the same spot. Let me double check the wording here. When spinning the space,
nearest unoccupied space.
the target reappears in the. Okay, so both of those hexes are squares are occupied currently, but they may just change. Obviously next time. Okay.
And Wood will scooch to the side and just
sure.
give space for everyone
Oster,
else.
you're in this. So what is this like demi-plane? How would you describe it? This like small little pocket dimension that you just sent Oster to.
I mean, isn't Oster part Fae? Did I make that
Only
up?
in the sense that elves are vaguely connected to the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
He himself is fairly attached to the this reality. I keep thinking the Sword Coast, but that's not the name of the world. That's the region.
Yeah, we're just on the
world.
region.
Okay.
Faerun.
Okay, so
He's of Faerun and pretty closely Draconic as well. So I'm pretty sure they're of Faerun, right?
Yep.
Dragons.
Yeah, they are.
So Oster is now in a bizarre demi-plane that is the center of the room or space is a kitchen table, as though there is made out of warm wood with a feast prepared. And when you look around, the room is chronically changing into different kinds of dining rooms or like drawing rooms, like some type of cozy, homey thing. And whenever you look away, it suddenly changes again. But you feel a sense of almost disorientingly cozy or home-ish things. The portraits on the wall changes. 1 minute you see a tabaxi and a gnome. Next thing you see could be a picture of Boda with some monks, or just childish drawings. But you kind of get the sense of just home, cozy essence. And there's a bunch of food in front of you. That looks delicious.
Beautiful. Also, that's what you see in this weird moment. You're in immense pain, but all this food and coziness. This like split second.
It's cool. Any other time he would appreciate it. I don't think Oster's paying any attention to that.
Alrighty, Brock.
Can I get through this at all? Is it like, can I climb over it or something? Or is it just
It's
completely...
pretty heavily collapsed. You might be able to, depending on how successful you are.
Do I see Oster disappear?
Perception check. You're on the opposite side of the rock collapse. It's not going to be easy. You got no fucking clue.
Let's make a. I'm gonna say this is pretty easy. All right, I'm thinking fairly logically. So we're gonna go. That was not correct. Whatever. We're gonna go here, and then. I think I would just. I'll run up and just say, "What's happening? Who are we saving? What's happening?" Oh, you.
I currently banished him, but so like he's not being actively crushed, but he's just gonna reappear around the same spot. If we need to move those rocks, we need to make sure there's enough space for him to tumble in. He's hurt really bad.
All right. You say we need to move the rocks, so I'm gonna dash and try to see if I can help move rocks, I guess. I don't know what that means, but
Okay. Athletics check. Alrighty, you're able to clear a fair chunk of rocks. Robin. Here.
Okay, so it says, or if that the target reappears in the space it left, or in the nearest unoccupied space, if that space is occupied. Now, could Robin, without getting crushed himself, worm his way into the space, thus making it occupied?
Interesting. Okay.
oh my god.
Acrobatics
so
check.
much.
I'll move my icon or token out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine. Me an acrobatics check.
Oop, that's just
18.
14. 14.
14. Okay, so it's going to be a little give. Hold on. I accidentally put it to the wrong layer. There we go. It's moving into the map layer. So yes, you do manage to move into the spot. But it's not going to come without some bumps and bruises. You do occupy the spot. Now, it's not nearly as bad as what happened to fucking Oster, because that whole roof collapsed on. But you do squeeze into it, and some rocks shift, and these aren't like small little pebbles. It's like whole chunks of huge sort of like slabs of stone. One of them does manage to get, we'll say, your arm a bit. Can you be so kind as to roll me 4d10? You take 26 points of bludgeoning damage, but you now are able to occupy that space. It seems like most of the rocks have stopped shifting for now.
Okay, one. Drop concentration.
Drop concentration. I can drop concentration whenever I want, right?
Anytime you want.
Okay. Someone get ready to just bring your arms out. I don't know where he's gonna fall, but I'm anemic, so I can't catch him. Okay.
All right, I'm braced to catch.
Okay. I drop concentration.
Okay. And with that, we are out of initiative. Give me one moment. I just need to DM somebody.
I wonder what you could be saying.
Maybe he's just saying,
I
good
need
job,
to roll on the
Rokita.
injury
I'm
table
proud of
too,
you,
right?
Rokita.
Is what you said, or are you?
No. This is I'm choosing because of how bad you rolled the 200.
Right, fair. Oh, that was the roll for. I see.
Yeah, so initially I was going to have you rolling that, and then I, did another check to see if I needed to make this worse. And yeah, you rolled a -6, so absolutely I'm going to fuck you up. Sorry, I'm a terrible speller. So, there we go. Alrighty. Rob combat. Everyone else is alive. Here we go. Oh.
Well, that sucked.
So much so, yeah.
Did we notice anything obvious upon the return?
There is a lot of pain pretty much from the waist down for Oster. You can see his leg is visibly probably a bit fucked up. And he is he has a bit of a limp now as he drags himself away.
Does anyone know summon wheelchair?
Fuck. God damn.
Missions.
Notes.
And at that point, looking at the time. Okay, so I think this is a good spot to leave it. Oster, safe, the leg visibly fucked up, hunched over in pain, but alive. Robin, now several bruises, cuts, a few of them bleeding at
I
side
am
of your
drinking a
cheek.
greater healing potion.
Drinking a greater healing. Okay.
Only 10, but 18 better than 8.
13 looks at you all, just beat the shit. She darts her eyes around, and she says, well, at least the troglodytes and other things are gone. Might have a moment to catch our bearings, and then she just looks at Oster, just like shakes her head in disbelief. And I think that's where we'll end it, as this like shot sort of zooms in on Oster, just bloodied, their leg especially. Whatever armor or clothing is just like ripped up, blood pooling down, the rocks collapsed, but everyone is still alive. As Wood, you hold on to this bluish orb that sort of hum and thrums as it says, passage, passage. And that is where we'll leave it until next time. Adventurers, chat, thank you for a lovely session. Thank you for hanging out with us. Oh, baby. It was a spicy one.
I hope I didn't metagame too hard with, like, reading the mechanics of banishment.
No.
No, that's
good.
fine.
Yeah, I was 100% expecting Stone Shape, is I think the name of the spell. I don't know. That's a cleric spell.
I think it is. It's a pretty high level one.
Yeah, I don't have stone shape, but I have instead meld into stone. So like I can essentially zoop myself into stone, but I can't zoop myself or anyone else, you know. I can't protect anyone else with it though.
Oh yes, Stone Shape is 4th level.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
I
could have it, but
I was expecting Stone Shape when you said, is the space occupied with stone?
yeah, I was more of like trying to look for the technicality that you were, edging in to, or like I was trying to utilize the same technicality of well, technically this space is occupied by stone, so he can't fall back in there, right? Was kind of my hope, but I think you wedging your body in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a
Where's the
halfling.
best?
I can get into tiny spaces.
Oof,
work.
Joe.
All right, chat. Bye. See you next time.